Welcome everyone. Welcome to Shiny Colors Fine Art Classes. This is Rashmi here, and today we are making that pink hibiscus. Beautiful and lovely. So how lively it is looking. So let's start. So let us draw. Drawing should be light but prominent because we are making one by one flower. It's not wet on wet fully. We have to finish one by one flower and then we have to make the blur background. So flower has to be quite prominent when you draw. So I had given all the outlines here. You can see. The watercolor painting should have a perfect drawing, that you have to remember, because we have to follow the lines that we have done, and in watercolor we can't correct it, so we have to be very careful and very definite for our drawing. So as I told you in the beginning also, that we have to make the drawing nicely and little precise drawing we want, so that when we do the watercolor we should not think about the correction of our outlining, or we should not think about how we can do it later on like that. So we have to follow the final lines. Even 2 mm and 1 mm correction also matters, so you have to remember that when we make the drawing it has to be all correct. So my drawing is done. I'm correcting, you see. And making the background flowers also. Alright, now I'm applying the water on the or on the first flower. Applying a little very light blue color and a little orange to just show the glow of the flower. So here you see I'm making it wet again, and I'm applying the pink and orange. Pink because the flower is pink. Orange is just to give the glow of the sun that flower has, that little bit glow, a little bit brightness in the sunlight. So to show that, I'm using orange. Alright, here just making the petals also precise, lifting the color where the petals are separating each other. Inside the flower is more pinkish, so I am using pink rose madder hue. And trying those fold petals, those are outside, not in the middle, so we have to make them little bit light, and I am just separating them from the dark color. And here I am doing the same thing for the other flower too. So let's give this wash for all the flower, these two flower, and then I'll come back with more details. The same thing I'm doing for these two flowers also. We will do the same thing as I told you for the same thing for this flower also. So I'll just make it a little fast forward so that the video will not get so long, and we will finish the detailing also nicely. So the same thing I have done for the second, and now the same thing I'm doing for the third flower. Same colors, pink and orange, and little bit purple to give the little dark value here. And so my first wash is, see here, I have done for all these three flowers the same way I have done for the first flower. Inside the pink color is there, so rose better for the inside part. Now we will again come back for the little lesser speed. Now you see I am making now a one by one petal. So here I have done little bit darker detail for one petal, and you can see now I have little zoomed, so you can see the petal that is glowing, that is lighter, and the underneath petal I made it little darker. Now see here, I'll make that crisp shadow line that is there. And a little bit fold that has shade again, because the light is coming from the left top, so the right areas which are bent or not facing towards the light will be dark. Inside is very dark, so inside I am making it dark. I am using rose madder again, pink color. If you don't have rose madder, you can use crimson also, no issues at all. But rose madder is a good color. If you can have, you please do have this color. This is a very beautiful color. And I'm making those lines, those are there on the flower. And you see, as I made the dark color, how beautiful the flower is looking. Gently just blend it, and it's done. See how beautiful the first flower came. In the pollen part, I'm just using ochre or raw sienna, whichever you have, and a little bit dark to give the dark effect, to give the depth. Making that last petal of this flower. So when you give those texture of the petal, you have to remember the flow, how the petal is flowing towards the fold, and how the light and shade falling on that. These things we have to remember. So here you see, little bit darker values to just show the fold and the depth of this flower, and the shadow also. The upper petal is casting shadow on this lower petal, so that is also we have to add here. Now you see this flower is looking so beautiful and lively, and we have to come back on the second flower now. So for the detailing, I'm not making it fast forward. I mean, this is little fast, but you can still understand, but not very fast, so that you will understand how I'm giving the details. So give more texture of the petals, and inside the flower is pink, so I'm giving that pink color. The pink is rose madder, and on the top part I'm giving the little purplish to show the shade effect, to show the depth also, because the front flower is on the top and this flower is under that flower, so this is falling on this side. And now I'm making that shadow, that is the upper petal casting on the lower flower, the top flower petal, and a little bit texture. Always remember the texture of the object that we are making, so that you have to see carefully. Slowly give each and every petal detail, refine them so that it will look like which petal is up and which is down, and give the shade also accordingly, which petal is facing sun, which petal is casting shadow, which petal is in the shade. These things we have to see, and we have to precise thing slowly, gently. And again the dark pink color in the bottom, in the middle. To give more dark, I add a little brown in the pink, so it will be little darker effect all around the pollen, and it will show the depth also. See how beautiful the second flower is also. Here you see a little fold that is there, that also I did. I used a little purple also somewhere to add the shadow little more lively and more effective with the pink color. Now here is the third flower. The third flower is also, you can see the same way like I have done the first and the second. So in the bottom pink color, and keep thinking about the texture and those lines of the petals, so we have to carefully give those lines. And you see that again brown and pink dark, that is there for the depth of the flower in the middle. So that is also, see, as I give the dark, how beautiful the flower started to look. You see the shade, and you see how beautiful those petals are also looking. Those are up and down, and here the dark, I mean the shade, the second flower is casting shadow on the third flower. So that is also there. Some shadow effect that is there. Some leaves are also casting shadow on the flower, so that is also there. Some fold shadow is also there. So we have to keep seeing and keep thinking like how we can give more and more lively effect on our object or on our flower, whatever object we are making. Now we have to start for the background. So I had given the cerulean blue and some same kind of pink loose flower in the background I had given, and cerulean blue I am giving on full background. Carefully making the outline so that the flower will pop up, and this is the little out of the focus flower, has little darker color also. Now I'm making the leaves, those are there again. So these three flowers are having focus, and other than these three flowers everything is out of focus. Flowers will look more bright when the background will look more dark. So that's why we have to make the outline of the flowers little more darker, and see, to make the leaves also we have to give the little darker leaves just underneath the flower. So that is also we have to remember. Now see how the beautiful full composition is looking as I am making the background more blurry and more dark. You see the flower, those are having sunlight, looking so bright and lively. Hope you liked my lesson. Thank you for joining everyone. If you like my video, please press the subscribe button, like button, and share with your friends and family. Thank you for your precious time. See you for the next video. Bye bye.